one of the resident organizers here at the Moishe Kavod house, and I'm here to share a little bit of my story. So in a lot of ways, I am kind of an unlikely candidate to be a housemate. My family, when I was growing up, was always very social justice oriented, but I was often, and especially as an adolescent, very alienated from the Jewish community. I grew up going to a big shul out in the suburbs. I grew up in the city. I wasn't made to feel welcome. I didn't fit in with the other kids. My impression of the Jewish community was that it was a club that I didn't belong to. I didn't see the point. And this was the case up until about my junior year in high school. And then when I was 17, I had the opportunity to go to something called Lita Ken, which is put on by the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism. For those of you who don't know what it is, this is the political arm of the Reform movement in Washington, D.C., and 6 times a year they put on this advocacy conference where they bring in Reform teams from around the country, and basically they teach them how to lobby. And you get to talk with policy experts and with other kids who are really civically engaged, and you get to develop a pitch, and you get to go and you get to talk to your congresspeople, and you get to talk to them about things that you really care about. And for me, this was amazing. Because not only did I get to do these really empowering things, but I got to be part of this community that was based on common purpose. It was based on shared values. And it was based on this shared mission of connecting Judaism to social justice through action. And when this 4 days was over, I said to myself, aha, this is it. This is what I want. This is what I was looking for. This is where I belong. The unfortunate thing was it was only 4 days, and I looked and I couldn't find anything quite like it. You know, I tried in college. I went to a number of different places. I didn't find it. I worked at Jewish summer camp for years, and which was fine. I got along fine with the people, but again, it wasn't quite the same. I was even a Jewish educator. I worked at a shul back in Chicago, where I'm from, for 3 years, and still not quite what I had found there. And then I came here to Boston. I came here to go back to grad school, and under the advisement of a couple of my friends from back home, one of the first things I did was come to the Moishe Kavod house, and I got to hear Governor Deval Patrick speak at the house, and I got to hear some of our leaders talk to him about developing sustainable food policy statewide, about improving relations with the Muslim community, and I think about doing something about the foreclosure crisis that had been going on and still going on in this state. And amazingly enough, that's not what really struck me about this event. What really struck me was that it began with a song. It started out with all of these people together for a political event singing Hine Ma Tov U'Manayim.
Oh my God.
How good it is for brothers and sisters, of course, to come together as one. And I thought to myself, aha, this might just be what I want. So, as Annie is fond of saying, I came for the social justice, but I came back for the community. I came back and I came back and I kept meeting all these amazing people who were not only really great, but who shared my passions about things that I believe were important. The first one-to-one I got to do was with Mimi, who spoke to you earlier, and I got involved with her sex ed team, and I found a lot of people who were really passionate about making space for Jewish young adults to talk about sexuality. I went to 2 arts retreats, and I got to meet people who were really, really deeply invested in exploring the relationship between arts and spirituality. And I got involved in Tikkun on Tap, and I met a number of great people there, including Sarah, who was slinging drinks behind the bar earlier. And we found that not only did we share passion as educators, but also share passion for making space for people to talk about the issues of the day that they care about. And at some point in all of this, I came to realize that I had found what I was looking for 10 years. I found a purpose-driven Jewish community tied together not only by mission and values, by a commitment to justice and to spiritual energy, but also by bonds of caring and friendship. And that's what made me want to become a housemate, to become a resident organizer. So that I could be part of making sure that nearly 1,000 people a year, through 3 to 5 programs a week, get to have the same kind of experience that I did. They get to say to themselves, aha, this is it. This is where I belong. How good it is for me to dwell here with these people. So thank you very much. That's my story.